Hi, I'm Dean.
And I'm Ann. This is A&D Adventures on Timber Mountain. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'd greatly appreciate it.
While we built part of the garage, we left everything in a rough state. So some logs have been longer than usual, and now I'm finished cutting.
You're trimming them down.
I'm trimming them down, that's correct. And the reason for that is we need a standard 12-foot door by 8 high, and we have to make sure that we keep that measurement.
What Dean has done is he screwed a 2x4 against the logs so that he has a straight cut for the saw, so he has a guide. And we had a little problem here. We hit a screw.
One of the screws that attaches the logs to the one underneath, we screwed it too close to the opening. So we hit one, we were able to knock it out, and then we just continued.
Putting in another screw to replace it.
Correct.
So that we don't lose our structure.
Yes, correct. What you saw there was cutting the 2x4 splines, which will be inserted in the grooves that you see me marking right now. And it's a little bit of a weird cut because you got a groove 4-inch in, and there is no specific tool to do it with.
So what we're doing is we decided that we were going to try different ways of doing it. First, Dean is sawing down to make sure that the lines are straight and that we have a groove to work with. We used the chisel and we used a bit to drill out. And I found it much easier to use the bit, the 1.5-inch bit.
And I found that the chisel worked better for me. So Ann did one side actually, and I did the other side. And we pretty well did it at the same time. So now what the reasoning for the spline is the logs, because they're one on top of the other, you sometimes have some buckling and some settling, correct? And that spline is there to allow for the settling of the logs because they will expand and contract in its lifetime. So this spline is made for that.
Which it is a 2x4 that we're putting in as, I call it a spleen.
He calls it a spline.
But spleen, spline, tomato, tomato, it's still the same thing. It is a 2x4 that's being put into the groove so that it makes it more structurally sound.
Later on, the buck for the door will actually be screwed onto that spline. That way it still allows the logs to settle.
As you can see, he actually sledgehammered the spleen in and he cut it down so that it's straight. So you see the gap at the top, which allows for shrinkage.
And thank you for watching.